we need to talk about Rezero. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Rezero. And the reason why I wanted to talk about Rezero is because it's probably one of the most enjoyable anime that I've watched this whole year, and there's really something that was special about it that made me stick to it and want to see it out, or want to see more of it, a lot more than I did in the first season. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into it, but before you guys do, subscribe and press the like button if you guys want to get more videos like this. Alright, the whole Shazam on Rezero is why I liked it, and why I thought it was a really good, well thought out anime is because of the thriller aspect of the anime. Every time that I was watching Rezero, every episode that I watched, by weekly, I was always watching it because I thought it was really good. No idea what was gonna happen, because I'm an anime only watcher, so I had no idea what was gonna happen. And the vibe and the narration that the anime gives off, and the direction, it sets it up that way. It basically sets it up so you have no idea how, what twisted situation Subaru is gonna walk into. You have no idea how Subaru is gonna die, be rebirthed again. It's just that, that subtle effect that you have no idea how he's gonna die, what situation he's gonna walk into next, that just always makes that excitement. It just, in the back of my mind, I'm like always thinking, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? So that's really why ReZero was probably really so addicting. And I guess that a lot of the anime that didn't have that this year, because I didn't really find a lot of anime enjoyable this year. But for ReZero, this is why I kind of like this aspect to it. It keeps your mind thinking, it keeps you on your toes, basically. This new decade, this is probably one of the most, it's really high up on the list. So, maybe it could be a modern classic, I don't know. But, it depends on how the story ends in the anime, and how it progresses further on in the future. But right now I do think I really have it on a high pedestal, and it's because of the thriller aspect. And there's another couple of things that I found interesting in this season was episode 4. It was a really unique episode because in Isekai, none of the characters really talk about their parents, or have any thoughts, or visit their parents again. And in this episode, ReZero, basically he's trying to pass this the witch trial of the Witch of Greed, and he's trying to pass this trial. So basically the witch puts him in a dream, basically, and it's a dream about his parents, and he's basically back at home before he transported to another world. And I thought this idea was so unique because you never really get to see where the character was before they got transported. The first episode is like, oh, I got hit by a truck, I'm in another world, You really don't get to see the fleshed out world of where the character originated from and what family or culture they were brought up in. So it was really fresh and unique to see that perspective in episode 4. And there's also something else that I wanted to touch on that really touched me in that episode, was basically the dynamic between Subaru and his parents. I thought it was really, really cool that they basically touched on how, Subaru was basically self-doubting himself. He was having self-regret. He felt like he was the outcast, and he kind of distanced himself from everybody because, his father was like a scientist or something, and he was doing really well in the community. Everybody knew him. He was a well-rounded person. But Subaru kind of wasn't like that, and he felt very pressured, so he kind of just distanced himself from everybody. And I kind of like that little facade to that, for that area in his life, so we can learn more about Subaru's past and what he feels as a person. And basically at the end of the episode, they kind of wrap it up and say there are other people waiting on you, Subaru. There are other people that are depending on you. And it kind of just showed that even though he doesn't feel like he can, basically fill his father's footsteps, he has this whole other world where people are depending on him. And, he's already proved his worth in other aspects. He doesn't have to be exactly like his father, but he can do more and achieve other things, even though, he's supposed to be his father's son, and he's supposed to be the exact copy of him, basically. So I really liked the aspect that they showed in the anime. It was very unique. Like I was talking about before, you never really get to see the interactions between the parents and the isekai protagonist. And I thought that was really cool. The last point I'm going to talk about why I thought ReZero was really, really good this season is the witches. The witches are basically like the seven deadly sins. They're like the reincarnation of the emotion, basically. One of the most thought out and well fleshed out characters was Dina. I think it's Dina, and she was basically the witch of greed. Basically, Subarus was trying to he's playing 3D chess with this. He's playing mental 3D chess with Dina because she's the greed. She's the witch of greed. And basically her greed is driving her to have knowledge of the whole world. She wants knowledge of everything. And it kind of basically drives Subaru crazy because, Ekdina basically knows everything that Subaru is going to go through. She knows the future and what he's going to be going through. And she knows exactly what's going to happen to him. And it kind of drives him into he was very close to losing it all because he couldn't understand why this person wasn't helping him. And it's because Dina is a witch of greed. She wants to know everything. So everything that Subaru is experiencing, she wants to know it. She wants to taste it, basically. Cool to see that psychological effect of, these reincarnations of these witches and how their feelings are, basically altered onto the world so they can find out or basically achieve what that feeling is for. The witch of gluttony, all of the characters, all of the demons basically are on the world because of her, because she wants everybody to be able to eat. And that's basically where the whales came from, the rabbits came from, basically all the demon beasts come from her because she wants everybody to be able to eat. And, it's kind of gets really sick and twisted because if you're looking at it from one emotion only, it kind of leaves a lot of variables and other things that are left out. So yeah, that's why I really thought that the witches aspect of it was really cool because you got to see, basically the seven deadly sins being reincarnated into the witches in this anime. And it really gives some subtle hints of what's going to be going on, what are the goals that Subaru has, because he has all these witches he has to basically clean up their mess, Emilia at the same time. And then also, there's a little bit of spoilers, but we also got to see that basically Emilia is the witch of lust. And there's a lot of things that are going on, but they kind of let it subtle. I mean, we can definitely see that she is the witch of lust. It may be in the future, so I feel like there's a lot of answers to be told in the next season. And so I really want to know what's going to happen with that. What are the witches going to do? What is Subaru going to do? How is he going to get out of the sanctum? He's been in the sanctum the whole season. There's so many things that have to be answered in the next season. And that's kind of why I like this season, because there's so many questions that are being brought up. There's so many backstory that's being told. And I just really think that ReZero is a really good fleshed out anime. Let me know what you guys thought about the anime. Do you guys think it was good? Did you guys think it was enjoyable? What do you like? Let me know. And go ahead and like it if you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Go.